Hey guys, welcome back to Rimworld. Thought I'd have more progress, but a lot of events have just occurred that I really don't think I could leave under any circumstances. So, our colony is coming along. It's in like early to mid-game phases right now. We've got a major break risk on Slick because he has been sleeping outside. I should have given him a sleeping spot. In fact, you know what? We're just gonna have him go to bed here. We're gonna just draft him really quick. Just so that he's not sleeping outside in the rain. He may go crazy, but the reason why he's in this terrible condition is because we just got a new colonist that I really don't want to displease. Her name is Lou, and she has incredibly good social skills. I did value them more a second ago when we had a prisoner, but now they're not quite as valuable anymore because that prisoner is lying about to die on the ground, and I don't really want to use up the medicine and all the other resources that we would need to help this guy out. I think going from 4 to 5 is enough of a jump, and I'd rather have his stuff. I also didn't want him to get shot, but we had visitors from Mononor who have just left us gifts, and one of their guys also, oh man, he died. Alright, well, he left a meal on the ground, so we'll use that. We're trying to recycle what we can find. What else? We're gonna get the butcher table out of the kitchen today. And in general, I just want to separate a lot of the rooms out into more specialized functions because we don't need to have everybody in one room anymore. That, and I've just been looking on a few more guides that show me exactly where to place a lot of the buildings in my colony so that I can improve my workflow. And in general, I want to move the beds to the outside. So I'm not going to deconstruct these rooms, but I'm probably going to be building new rooms along the walls on the outer perimeter of our base. So what I'd like to do today is to finish off these walls a bit more and then move them out of these bedrooms in here and change these bedrooms into different types of structures. What I would have done if I were going to do this all again would be to not build under the mountain. Only because I'm afraid of infestations happening in the future. Jumpy is up and walking around. He is in restraints, but wow, this guy is a madman. He has been shot in the torso, and he has hypothermia. How is this guy standing? Maybe I should try to recruit him for he's still. And he has passed out. He hit a trap. Oh man, he used up one of our traps too. Well, at this point, I'm really not going to try to save this guy because he's going to be pissed if he dies. I'd rather, let me see, does he have anything? Nope, he doesn't have anything. Well, I'm sorry about that. Would have been a great guy to have, but unfortunately, just several things befell him at once. If only he hadn't gone crazy, he might have made a great colony member. But we can now repurpose this bedroom for somebody else. And we're getting a lot of starvation things because I did not manage my crops right here. But have been hunting animals again, and we've been picking berries from nature. And do we have a downed megasloth there? Yeah, good, we do have that. Let me see. Okay, good. Leo is going back to cooking more. And you know what? Slick. That's good. Relax a bit, because I don't want you to go crazy just yet. But he's greedy for an impressive bedroom. So we're seeing one last resistance before we can... Tina... Damn it. Like I said, we're going to be encountering one last purge before we get to a colony that's fairly stable. I think that after this, we'll be much better off. Fortunately, we haven't gotten raided anytime recently, but we've just been having so many other bad things go wrong. Tina, actually, it's a good thing that she has to be rescued right now. Because she just went crazy, and now she will not be crazy anymore. Lou's been taken care of from the injuries that she fell out of the sky with, but once again, she's got her bedroom in this rec room. So I think at this point, I think I'm just going to speed ahead to when my meal situation is a little bit more stable, because I don't want to just put you through me stabilizing the meal situation again. It's gone down, but it really should be stable before we try to tackle any more of that architectural work. Okay, we just recently hit a cold snap, and I'm running a little low on options right now. Pretty much everything in the entire natural world has died, as you can see, which is slightly bad. I don't know how the heal root is still just stalled and not growing. I thought it should have died by now, because all my crops died. We are both in September, and we're at a cold snap, so this is very, very deadly weather for us. I think our animals will be okay. If not, we'll have to slaughter them, and we'll just be hunting animals for the winter. But what I'm going to try to do is to deconstruct all of my rooms. It's going to make everybody pretty pissed to have everything happening in one room, but this is one reason why it was convenient to build near a steam geyser. I think that this should warm up our main room and keep us alive and prevent us from getting hypothermia for the winter. I know it's kind of a weird idea, but I don't have a lot of options. Like I said, I could move everything by the heater, but I think that this thing is going to give us more natural heat, and there's lower risk because we won't have to worry about, you know, something happening to one of our electronics or something like that. And then from there on in, we can kind of start to build like a mega central room and build out from there. And I think this is going to actually let us be a bit more organized in the long run, although it'll look weird in the short run. Definitely going to look weird in the short run. Okay, and we are being raided right after I thought that we were safe by, and it just, No, there's so many, so many things went wrong. We got hypothermia and everything terrible happened all at once. We're literally out of traps. There was no worst possible time for them to attack us, so I'm just pretty much forced into watching myself get killed here. I don't even think anyone was armed. Yeah, we're all just freezing to death in bed when they attacked us. I don't know, this might be the end of our colony. There's like 20 things I would have done differently, but I feel like I'm way more prepared for a future one. I don't know, I might just give into it, because I can't even get them out of bed. They can't even walk. Everybody's just freezing to death in bed, and we're getting attacked. This is the definition of getting outclassed. Take the auto pistol, just go out. Die fighting. Did we at least... Okay, we at least got a couple of them. They're taking somebody prisoner. Okay, they're gonna kidnap... no. Well, we gotta see if we could at least save Tina from this horrible death. Though she'll probably be better off wherever she ends up after this. No! Tina! Be saved! Lou, you can do it! Ah, no. They're kidnapping my entire colony. No one can walk. They've kidnapped all of my colonists. This is awful. No, come on, you shot her in the head twice. You could at least save her. See ya! There he goes. I don't know, is there like a prescribed way to save colonists before they get kidnapped? Because I've just been forced to like hopelessly chase after enemy. Yeah, look, headshot. Three headshots. I think this is one of the guys that we saw earlier, Cambiar. No, well, Simona died in his hands. Well, let's get revenge anyway at this point. There we go. All my colonists, well, they did live, some of them. It's just they're all being whisked off to different lives elsewhere. And honestly, God, that is so sad. They destroyed the one thing that was useful in our colony, the steel grand sculpture. Sitting in the middle of it all. Well, maybe Sparrow will live. I doubt that he'll live. Leo will probably not live. He's probably just gonna freeze to death in bed. He's getting frostbite all over his fingers and toes. We're just progressively seeing more. This went laughably bad in the end. And it's too bad, right as we were starting to figure out the meal situation, the cold killed us. So, God. I mean, I was going to separate out all my rooms into my workflow today. I was going to get a bedroom, kitchen, dining room, rec room, workshop, lab, crypt. I was going to get a hospital. I was going to start to get their workflow better. I was going to start to research sterile tiles. Actually, I had started researching sterile materials, but I think I just got too used to not being rated at all. What else? We were going to also fix up our kitchen workflow. We were going to have... But look, we had a mega sloth on the table getting ready to be butchered. You know, it's like... It snowballs. It snowballs in this game. Once one thing, and I mean that in no bad way. I love Rimworld in so many ways. But when shit hits the fan, it really starts to go bad. Like, we had slight meal difficulties, then we had a cold snap, then we had an animal attack, then we had 2 people in beds, and oftentimes, and I think I made it through enough of these situations where it was dire and then it got better, that at one point it just got dire and then it just got totally bad, because now I'm not even at the point where I want to continue with this colony anymore. I think I'm going to leave this one for now. I won't continue on with this one anymore, only because if I wanted to continue it, it would need to be in a much more intelligent layout. And I think as I was learning, I learned a lot about the layout, but I tried switching up the traps and the defenses too often. I don't know what else I would have done. I probably wouldn't have built under mountains. Although I didn't get any infestations, I still don't like the idea of infestations because they could just be, like, immediate death for your colony. What would I have done differently? Differently, I would have used more of those early constructed rooms. I think we had a few of them around. I think we had, like, limestone here. Maybe I would have used this one. What else? I would have gone here on top of this rich soil. I also would have had this mountain to lean to. That would have been nice. And then I probably would have built my compound in here. After that, we would have had plenty of resources. I guess I'll let time go on. It doesn't make a difference now. After that, we could have pretty much built everything that we had in that section and been fine. We wouldn't have had this infestation to deal with. I think another death. Simona. I think I was too wary of this infestation over here, and I also spent too much time fighting this one over here. It would have been better to just bypass them all together, give myself some buffer from here to here, and been better off. This area wasn't under the mountain, but I probably spent too much time thinking about the traps and the byways in here, and I think I would have simplified this construction more as well. And I've just been looking at base layout guides, and in general, I would have put the bedrooms around the edge and then built from there. Like, I would have put the bedrooms up here, and then the more I got colonists, I would have put them over here. But then I also would have tried to get my kitchen workflow better way earlier. That, and I don't think power was so hard to come by. We could have done, like, chem fuel generators with, boomalopes or boom rats or something like that. Or is it just boomalopes? Boomalopes? One or the other. But that would have made life a whole lot easier. I'm trying to think, other than that, what else would I have done? I don't know, I think I would have started off with a better colonist. Who did we start off with? Prophet? Prophet, I don't even think was that great an early game colonist. I didn't mind Cassandra Merciless. I thought that the storytelling was okay. So I think for whatever I do next, I'm going to do Cassandra Merciless again. Or maybe like Randy Savage, because he's an interesting storyteller, but it wouldn't be like getting sent down Scythers on day 2 or something like that. What else? Yeah, no, I thought it was a fairly balanced playthrough. I learned a lot about the game as I did it. Probably more learning than I ever did in a previous playthrough, because I don't think I was as serious about it before. I probably wouldn't have... I don't know. I just think a lot more pre-planning would have helped. Like on the first couple days, and a better first colonist. Yeah, other than that, I think we did succeed with certain colonists, like Slick. Did a lot of work, had very few mental breaks. Even though that he was greedy and we didn't expect to get him. And I think Leo and Slick did well together. But then when I think they started trying to take in more people and take care of them, it overexpanded, which is sometimes bad for your colony, just if you have too much expansion too early. There were also a couple other like tangents I led myself down, which were good in some ways, but also just used up a lot of time in the beginning, which is valuable. Like these roses and the daylilies. I think I would have just planted a couple daylilies. I probably wouldn't have put flooring down early on because... Oh, he is dead. Lou is still alive, freezing to death. What's going to be her fate? Oh, she's actually not that cold. I guess she's just naturally warm. But yeah, what I would have done next time would have been to build more sculptures, put away fewer floors, and a couple other things like that I learned. Because dirt can't get dirty. Or I would have built on rough stone flooring. So stuff like here. I would have looked for you know, a lot of rich soil nearby, a lot of rough stone. Maybe I could have built over here and then planted over here. And then had like kitchens in this area, maybe put like a freezer in here because that would have been under mountain, but I still could have made the area really cold so it would have prevented infestations. So, I don't know, I think I'm thinking a few more steps ahead for the next one, and yeah, I'm really, really grateful that you guys gave me so many tips. I did not expect, I expected, no, she's in a daze. I've played Rimworld previously, and I've just been like, basically mocked for it. So I'm grateful that you guys gave me so many good tips, pointed me to a lot of great guides. I'm going to try to heart, pin, and just respond to as many comments as I can, because that was half this playthrough for me, was just reading through your advice. The reason I don't go through as many guides, and I do watch guides and read guides, is because so often you learn more just through experimentation. Even games like Project Zomboid, I've read through the wiki, but there's things that you don't really understand on the wiki until you just play through it. So, anyway, that's my 2 cents. I hope you enjoyed the series for what it was worth. I promise that in the future, I will have better early game layout. I still think I'll have a lot to learn in the late game. But, yeah, we'll do that. And possibly when I do another 1 or 2 of these, then I'm going to start off on some crazy weird challenge series. Because my favorite part of gaming on YouTube and in general is just thinking of weird, absurd challenge ideas. So once we can manage that with enough knowledge of the base game, we'll definitely start on that kind of stuff. So always open to suggestions in that. Any tips that you guys have, because I'm constantly learning these things. And, yeah. Or praise. Anyway, thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video or series. Bye-bye.